Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you today is this guy can't stop. Steve Dettlebach, the director of the ATF, has yet again said that the problems with violent crime and guns is not the everyday 2A American. It's the criminals and the gangs. Okay, fine. He didn't say that first part, but we can infer. Everything I'm about to show you is linked right down there in the description box below, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And the content today is funded by the new shirt that I partnered with 9line coming out. It's all about the tree of liberty versus tyranny. On one side, you've got tyranny. On one side, you've got liberty. And you've got everything along the root system and along the trunk of the tree to give a healthy freedom ecosystem or death. So that's what this shirt's about. It'll be linked right down in the description box. It is a limited time design. It will only be available until this coming Friday from 9line. That's when it'll ship. So thank you guys so much for checking that out. Link right down there in the description box. Make sure you look good while you spread that freedom. And now, let's get back to this because I've got to show you how Stevie Dettlebach, Dettlebum, whatever you want to call him, he's not doing it right. But this time it's because Everytown for Gun Safety put out a report which actually undermines their entire point. Let's get it. This is how we spread freedom. Check it. Guns are being stolen from cars at triple the rate they were 10 years ago, a report finds. Ooh, a report. You guys know how I like them some reports on the left? Washington AP, the rate of guns stolen from cars in the U.S. has tripled over the past decade, making them the largest source of stolen guns in the country, an analysis of FBI data by the gun safety group Everytown found. Okay, well, you know it's funny, as we go into this, guys, because your nose is to the grindstone on this all the time, you haven't heard them do a lot of cries for more policing to prevent theft of guns from cars, have you? Nah, you haven't. You've heard a lot of legislation to infringe upon the rights of gun owners across the country, but you haven't heard a lot of get more law enforcement to stop the stealing of guns from cars by criminals. It's weird how you don't hear that. I mean, I guess you could kind of say the silence actually speaks more than what they focus on. Because if it was truly about their stated mission of stopping violent crime, which I'm down for stopping violent crime, go team. We disagree wholeheartedly on how you're going to do it. But don't you think that if that was your stated mission, you might focus on something of your own report that finds it's mostly coming from stolen cars from criminals? I don't know. That's me, you, us, whatever. Let's keep going. Because this is how we beat them, people, right here. This is how you do it. The rate of stolen guns from cars climbed nearly every year and spiked during the coronavirus pandemic, along with a major surge of weapons purchased in the U.S., according to the report, which analyzes FBI data from 337 cities and 44 states and was provided to the Associated Press. I'm sure it was provided to the Associated Press. They're besties. But here's where you get into the real roundabout twisting that they're trying to do. Because they could make this about the fact that law enforcement needs to be more involved to stop criminals from stealing things, like, theft. And maybe not letting people out again on the prosecutorial side. But they're trying to angle it from, well, it just so happens to coincide with more guns that were purchased, so more criminals stole guns, so therefore we shouldn't have guns. Guys, when you fight this like we do, the trends and the themes and the way they frame things stand out so hard. It's really disingenuous. But you know what? This is our fight. Let's keep doing it because this, again, is how you beat them, because here comes Steve. The alarming trend underscores the need for Americans to safely secure their firearms to prevent them from getting into the hands of dangerous people, said ATF Director Steve Dettlebach, whose agency has separately found links between stolen guns and violent crimes. It's weird because, again, ATF Director Steve Dettlebach and the DOJ Attorney General Merrick Garland have all made this about the rights of gun owners need to be infringed for gun safety, changing rules left and right. And then they go out and say things, it's criminals and gangs, and that's where we know all the shooters are coming from, and that's the whole point, but it's really useful to infringe upon the rights of everybody. I mean, guys, we've covered all of this. It's getting comical at this point. If you don't believe me, here comes the next segment. Check this out. Quote from Stevie. People don't go to a mall and steal a firearm from a locked car to go hunting. Those guns are going straight to the street, said Dettlebach, whose agency was not involved in the report. They're going to violent people who can't pass a background check. They're going to gangs. They're going to drug dealers. And they're going to hurt and kill the people who live in the next town, the next county, or the next state. So again, Steve has now said, again, it's the criminals, it's the gangbangers, it's the drug dealers, it's the murderers, it's the criminal. And yet they still insist on infringing upon our rights through things like the frame and receiver rule, the pistol brace rule, who's engaged in business rule, anything else, bump stock bans. They're leveraging all the power of the federal government against you and I. Meanwhile, the entire time, they not only know it, they're also saying it's the criminals and the gangs, but they're doing nothing to increase that side, but only on us. That's the powerful point here. If you're so brazen, you're going to come out and say this, it's only one of two outcomes. One, you're so comfortable you're not going to get called on it, or you're just plain dumb. I'll let you guys decide what you want right down there in the comments field, but wow. And the last thing, here you go, check it out. The ATF has separately said that theft is a significant source of guns that end up in the hands of criminals. More than 1 million guns were reported stolen between 2017 and 2021, the agency found in a sweeping report on gun crimes last year. And the vast majority of gun thefts are from individuals. Again, this is all pointing back directly to criminal behavior. It kind of flies in the face of the Biden administration push and the left progressive push towards recidivism increasing, letting everyone out of prison, having no charges, bail reform, all the things that they have been doing over the past 3 to 4 years. They're now all of a sudden saying, but it's those people, guys. It's those people. It must be something happening in November. I don't know what it could be. Elections. Keep their feet to the fire. Spread this out. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.